Hey, what's up, turtles? Krik here. Welcome back to Call and Response Volume 4. Up first is a little bit different. It was more of a request than a question. I'll call it a requestion. This is from Rain Dance Bushcraft. He asked to see the belt pouch I made for our audio recorder, which we use. It's the H1, the Zoom H1. Here it is, and I literally just whipped this up. Scrap. This is, I think, I don't know, upholstery leather or fashion type leather. Someone gave it to me. I put rough side out just because it's a little bit more durable, and there's this veg tan back right here. I literally whipped this together. Didn't even bother dyeing this or anything. And a little cutout for the line in coming out here. You can see it's rolling. Yeah, it's really all there is to it. It's really simple. So if you want this or want one, you're looking for this, Jesse, don't buy one. Send me a message. Maybe I can whip you one up or we can work something out. Question 2 comes from Philip Culbertson. He asks, how do you feel about personal locator beacons or similar devices for backcountry or remote hiking? As I get older, I am more concerned about health or accident issues for both me and my partner. Do you see a need for one, and have you considered that? I think they are great, and they do have their place, but they're not a get out of jail free card in the sense that it gives you sort of a sense of false security, and that if you actually do need to use that, you're going to be calling a team out to basically rescue you, and you're potentially putting their lives at risk. So I think it's good, Philip, that you're being responsible and knowing your abilities, and as you said, you're getting older and you want to be responsible for you and your partner, knowing if you go on remote hiking trips or backpacking that there's a compounded risk, just in the sense that, you know, maybe your physical abilities aren't what they used to be. So for me personally, what I do in backcountry settings and remote hiking situations is that I make a list of like where I'm going to be, how long I'm going to be there, and the location, and then I tell people that and I let them know, and most importantly, I do not deviate from that plan. So I do think you know, locator beacons have their place, and you know, for certain applications, super really high risk situations for like people backcountry skiing or snowboarding, stuff like that, you know, lives get saved with that a lot, but it's a really high risk activity. So in short, yeah, I think they're a good idea. If you're thinking about getting one, go ahead and do it. Question 3 comes from Ben Marion. He asks, hey Krik, I'm new to hiking and backpacking, but a long-time outdoor enthusiast. What advice can you give me for my first outdoor hiking trip? Ben, I'm not sure if you're speaking specifically on like a day hiking trip or a backpacking multi-day trip, but my answer would pretty much be the same. If you're just starting out, you want to make sure you're comfortable. And some people will come to the forest to test themselves and push their comfort levels, and that's great and that's fine, but they realize that and they know that through their experiences. So if you're just starting out, I would say make sure you're comfortable, and you can do that by making sure you have plenty of water or fluids and plenty of snacks and food, things that you're used to that are going to give you a sense of comfort and familiarity when you're out in the forest for the first time, or sort of out of your comfort zone to begin with. So if you're backpacking, some of that may change with like sleeping equipment and all of that, but generally make sure you're comfortable with your creature comforts to a degree, and just enjoy yourself. Be very curious. Observe what's going on around you. Notice the ground, what's moving on the ground, the trees, what's in the trees, the noises you hear. Don't be afraid to touch the textures of the forest, and I think you'll have a really good experience. So lastly for this video, I just wanted to make a brief comment about replies, and I try to reply to as many comments as I can, but literally sometimes I can't because there isn't a reply button under a comment, and that's, I guess, through YouTube or Google. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't know if it's a setting on your end. So just understand that if I don't reply to you, it's not because I don't want to, or you don't have a good question or a comment. It's because sometimes, and it's enough for me to make this part of a video to say that I literally can't reply to a good number of comments. So just keep that in mind. Maybe look at your settings. I'd like to thank everyone for all your questions. If you have any other questions, you can put them down in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Krik signing out with Black Owl. Later, turtles.